Championship bracket as we head into the second round. The winner of South Dakota State, Northern Iowa meets the winner of James Madison and Monmouth coming your way next weekend. These playoffs, they roll along, they tend to third. Northern Iowa kicks off from south to north, courtesy of Nate Murphy. And we are underway in the second round of the FCS playoffs, and it's an outstanding return for Cade Johnson. At midfield, he tiptoes out of bounds and gives the Jackrabbits bona fide field position to start this game. Really perfect. He completed his first 14 passes en route to a 15 of 16 day. Open man over the middle. That's Callan Hart, the senior from Lonsdale, Minnesota, who's motioned out of the backfield now on 1st and 10 from the 39. Heide with a clean pocket finds Johnson, his go-to target over the middle. He is brought down on the play by Bryce Flater. Play fake to Daniel. Heide, end zone, caught! Touchdown, South Dakota State. Adam Anderson, the senior captain, gets SDSU on the board.
Great throw. You'll see number 9, Xavier Williams. He missed on the back end.
3rd and long. McElvain steps up. He's a mobile quarterback. Quickly, housing speed that time by Ryan Erith. Arl.
Well, they only rushed 3 guys, and so that forced McElvain to hold the football. When you rush 3, and if you're South Dakota State from extended plays, you just saw that. Win the turnover battle. They are a different football team.
Some impressive escapability initially there for Keaton Heide, but he eventually is drilled by the combination of Bronte Wells and Ellerson G. Smith.
They'll kind of even the playing field.
Heide on a slant route across the middle. It's caught by Jackson Yankee. He slips a tackle and is finally dragged down by Spencer Kuvalier, the middle linebacker for Northern Iowa. 3rd down conversions. Heide, pass is caught. Johnson wide open. Stopped at the 10 by Austin Evans. Now 3rd and goal for South Dakota State, looking to score on each of its first 2 drives of the game. On the cross, or the slant rather, it's Cade Johnson, and he is bullied down at the 5-yard line for Chase Vinatieri, the senior from Sioux Falls. And South Dakota State's all-time leading scorer in kicking points. He adds to his total. Give Vinatieri now 362 points in his career. He
really want to run a 2 tight end set just like this and run their offense.
McElvain over the middle through the hands of Weston, intercepted. South Dakota State ball after the tipped pick by Michael Griffin. Here, South Dakota State football to begin this drive, up 10-0. Keaton Heide floats one, pass is caught on the sideline. Adam Anderson runs out of bounds. South Dakota State looking to add to its lead here in Northern Iowa territory. Heide guns one, and it's intercepted. It is intercepted by Roosevelt Lawrence. Lawrence out to the 20-yard line where he is bottled up by Jackson Yankee. He took that one away from the intended target, Callan Hart. Tackles already for Sevin Wilson on defense for South Dakota State. Rosenbaum covers up McElvain at the 20-yard line. Along here.
Getting these guys going, yeah.
Blitz pickup by Trevor Allen. It might not matter. McElvain did, in fact, break free, and it looked like Tolu Ogurndi got him around the ankles, and the junior from Cottage Grove, Minnesota, holds McElvain to a 6-yard gain. That's a good one, man. I like that one. 1st and 10. C.J. Wilson coughed up the football. Northern Iowa thinks it's got its 2nd takeaway of the day, and they do.
See number 91 to the left of your screen, uses his hands extremely well. Watch the ball come out. Brinkman, the big fella, the plugger, the run stopper. Holds up the middle. He's the workhorse up front. Doesn't get a lot of glory, but he made that play, cost a fumble.
3rd and 9. They're 2 of 5 on 3rd downs today. 4-man rush. McElvain knows how to extend a play, but he's in deep trouble now. Erith devours him all the way back at the 39-yard line.
Then you have to understand in a 5-wide set, Chris, there's not going to be a lot of time to throw the football, and he held on it too long.
Jackson Yankee on the return, and he coughs up the football. South Dakota State is looking at its 3rd turnover of the game if Northern Iowa recovers, and they did.
It's just a lack of ball security in traffic by Yankee. You see the strip from behind. That's exactly what they're coached to do.
Free, and Omar Brown recovered it for Northern Iowa. Trevor Allen bulldozes his way towards the Northern Iowa first down near the 25. Give him 11. McElvain, good to see him back out there. The ground game is working for Northern Iowa. Finally, Allen lowers the shoulder into Manchagaya and is ruled out of bounds around the 5-yard line. Incomplete, out of bounds. Looking for Isaiah Weston that he made against Iowa State in week 1. This is just a 23-yarder. And he puts Northern Iowa on the board. It is a touchdown game. Allen motioned out of the backfield. Here comes a blitz. Allen's got it. And he's got a first down across the midway stripe and into South Dakota State territory. Got a cup of coffee in the NFL as a tight end. It's certainly hurt him to see what's happened to the tight end position this season for Northern Iowa. And Trevor Allen is having himself a ball game or do that this year, so they've had to get very creative with their run game looks. Brilliantly drawn up play there. It's Aaron Graham, picks up a blocker from Weston and is out of bounds in the red zone inside the 5-yard line. Trevor Allen finishes the drive with a touchdown for Northern Iowa. And the Panthers are a point away from tying this game up. 4 on 3rd down today. Open man, pass is caught. Adam Anderson steps out of bounds in Northern Iowa territory.
It's a missed opportunity for the Jackrabbits.
Sure is. Into the flat, pass is caught. That's Anderson, who's had the cheat code for Northern Iowa's defense today. That last play when Ellerson G. Smith hit him blindside. 3rd down, pressure up the middle, and Heidi is quick to ground the ball in front of C.J. Wilson. They're long. He's 8 for 16 on the season. And it's blocked. Blocked by Northern Iowa. Omar Brown covers it up. And the Panthers with another huge stop on defense. Block this kick. Take a look. Hard to tell. Trevor Allen. Rolled down at the 18-yard line by South Dakota State. This year awaits the winner. Here's a 3rd down for South Dakota State. On the cross, the pass is dropped by Jackson Yankee. Hard hit applied by Spencer Cuvalier.
Placement on a defensive receiver. You see how he has the flat back. He's leading with his shoulder pass.
Against the Panthers 2 years ago. On 2nd and 10, McElvain gets through and has got a lot of real estate. Towards the sideline and out of bounds at midfield. Will McElvain with an explosive play for Northern Iowa. Up the middle, Trevor Allen appears to have enough. He needed the 40, and he got the nose of the football just across towards the 39.
Look for the play action underneath.
Good protection. McElvain takes a shot, and the pass is caught by Suni Lane near the 5-yard line. 1st and goal, Northern Iowa, 31 yards.
Isolates that field corner to the wide side by himself and is far enough away from the safety where you can't get any help. But look at the high point of the ball by Suni Lane, the body control. And if
turn, give, Allen. He is ruled short. Northern Iowa thinks it's a touchdown, unsurprisingly. But both judges or officials lined up on the goal line signaled he was down.
Well, you knew what play was coming.
Thank you.
And it just got too congested in the middle. I really think if they would have spaced out their blockers a little better, there would have been a run lane for Trevor Allen. But good stop by the Jackrabbits. Doesn't appear that he got in. He's definitely well short.
Great call by the line official. ready for an 18-yard attempt to give Northern Iowa its first lead of the day. It's good. Matthew Cook. Northern Iowa brings 4. Heidi wrapped up and dropped. Ellerson G. Smith.
Got as deep as the quarterback.
Last chance pass is picked off, but there is a penalty marker down as Omar Brown is tripped up at the 15. Penalty against Northern Iowa. The drive is still alive.
Defense number 27. 15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
Penalty on Austin Evans.
Passing situations.
3rd and 15. Into one-on-one coverage. Jackson Yankee had it and couldn't control it on his way to the turf. Coverage by Roosevelt Lawrence. Live. Northern Iowa trying to stamp its ticket to the quarterfinal. 4th in the season. Incomplete. Jackson Yankee was the intended target. Austin Evans was in the mix defensively. Northern Iowa takes control of the football and is 20 seconds away. First quarter.
I also think, too, you don't have to throw it to the first down. You can dump it off to a guy at 8 yards and see what he can get.
Jared Brinkman and Northern Iowa are moving on to the quarterfinal. An unseeded team. They haven't had a bye week since September 14th. Mark Farley couldn't say enough about the resiliency of his team. A warm embrace, 2 coaching legends, Farley and John Stiglmeyer for South Dakota State. It's Farley's Northern Iowa Panthers who avenged their regular season loss on the turf here at Dykhouse Stadium with a 13-10 win in the second round of the FCS championship.